Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the race that just happened in Sepang. Now, the race was won by Pecco Bagnaia from Bastianini, Quartararo, Bezzecchi, Rins, Miller, Marc Marquez, Brad Binder, Zarco, Morbidelli, Aleix Espargaro, Crutchlow, Oliveira, Pol Espargaro, Raul Fernandez, Maverick Vinales, Alex Marquez, Remy Gardner. Johan Mir finished 19th, but he actually crashed on the last lap. Darren Binder retired and crashed. Di Antonio crashed at the same time with Binder. Martin crashed rather spectacularly. Nakashima crashed, and Luca Marini retired when his front right eye device was locked on. Now, the story of the race was kind of a couple of things. Pecco Bagnaia got the absolute start of his life and came out of turn 1 in second place and was holding second place quite comfortably throughout the first laps. Now, he did have to push and take risks, but he was thereabouts. It was absolutely perfect. Quartararo also got a great start and came out of the first turn in around 5th place. And he did absolutely brilliantly as well. Have to take a hat off to him. He rode an absolutely brilliant race. But Pecco was behind Jorge Martin, who absolutely took off like a scalded cat. And Pecco said, he was trying to go with him, but he found that he was using up too much of his rear tire, so he just started to ride at his own pace. However, Martin did come off and let Pecco in the lead. Now, Bastianini was up Pecco's arse for majority of the race, and he overtook him at one stage. A little bit risky of a move, in my opinion. Into turn 4 is definitely not a place you want to be or get something wrong. But again, you could see there was a lot of discussion on the Ducati pit wall between the team management. Gigi actually then came out to the pit wall to speak to Tardazzi and Ciabatti, and I think Pecco made the move before the team order went out, or maybe not. Maybe they didn't televise it, but why we all don't like team orders, we all understand what happens. And let's be fair, Yamaha were using them at the very start of this race to telling Morbidelli get out of Quartararo's way. Overall, I think it was quite a good race. It wasn't as good as Australia, if I'm very honest, but it was quite a tense race to see what was going to happen between the Beast and Bagnaia. Other worlds in the race, though, Marco Bezzecchi was closing in on Quartararo, and I think he just used up too much of his rear tire, but because the last few laps Joe Quartararo was able to pull away again from him. So but if Bezzecchi was able to pass him, then that would have been game over for Fabio. So right now the championship goes to Valencia, which I think is good. It's keeps the championship alive, however small the gap is and the margin is, and I'm not going to rule Fabio out, and I think anyone who does would be quite silly. But other people who had a great race, Alex Rins had a very good race. Jack Miller had a brilliant race, completely unseen by anyone, because at the start of the race he was down outside the top 20, and he came back to finish 6th, 13 seconds behind Pecco, which, let's just be fair, is not a bad result. Marquez, we did say it in the podcast, he would struggle here a little bit more compared to Australia, but again, he did a good, solid, safe ride actually. He wasn't leery. Johan Zarco did a great recovery ride as well, because he was absolutely nowhere all weekend, and to finish in 9th was a good overall finish for him. Franco Morbidelli, take my hat off to him. 2 long lap penalties and he still finished in the top 10. For me, that's what is expected of a factory rider. I'm not sure what you think yourself, but factory riders should be finishing in the top 10. Aleix Espargaro didn't have the best race weekend overall, and if I'm brutally honest, these flyaway races haven't been good to him at all. He's lost 3rd place in the championship. Now he's in equal points with the Beast, but he has actually lost 3rd place, as the Beast has more race wins. Maverick Vinales, I thought he was actually going to go well here. He did have okayish pace, and he did well in qualifying. But as soon as the race started, he just sank like a stone. At one stage, he was way back. People actually crashing out. Actually helped him get up through the grid. He didn't actually make any inroads himself. But overall, look, I think it was a good race. A little bit tense between the whole Ducati guys, in my own opinion. But look, it goes down to Valencia. A champion will be crowned there. Same with the Moto 2. I do also want to give a massive shout out to, if you haven't watched the Moto 3 race, massive shout out to John McPhee for an absolute brilliant ride and some balls in overtaking. But anyway, I would definitely love to know who was your man of the race, what was your favourite moment of the race, and what do you think of the championship going down to the wire in Valencia. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.